professionally. It's time we figure out how to change that. The Knights want to empower women to build their esports empire. Along with our partner PNC Bank, we are adamant about creating a more equitable future for gamers. There is no one size fits all solution, so we'll be tackling the issue from all angles, featuring insights from a variety of subject matter experts and professionals. I'm Kat DeShields Moon with the Knights. Welcome to the Women in Esports podcast.
Welcome everyone to the Friday Nights Live. My name is PK Lava. I will be your host today. I'm aware we had a little bit of technical issue there with the sound, so we'll go ahead and play that intro to our rosters, our Halo roster, Apex rosters, and of some of our Gears of War pro players as well. We'll talk all about that soon. I want to welcome you. I want to say thank you so much. Make yourself at home. Get yourself some snacks. Get some water. We're about to have an interesting interview with pro player Bronzey. Now, Bronzey has been in the scene for quite some time. I did my research. He has played against some stacked teams, and he's an incredible player. And we'll show some clips of that very shortly. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our pro player here at Pittsburgh Knights. Bronzey, welcome to the Friday Nights Live. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So this is Bronzey, guys, and we're going to go into so much detail about Bronzey. I want to just tell you guys that today is all about him. It's not going to be about me, but first let me tell you my history. Who am I, right? Well, I'm just a content creator. I just started this year. I used to be a YouTuber 5 years ago, and I just came back into the scene, and Twitch has changed so much from what it was just Justin.tv, and Pittsburgh Knights has given me the confidence to go ahead with my content creating and streaming. So I want to give a huge thank you to Pittsburgh Knights for having me on. And now let's focus on Bronzey. Bronzey, let's start with some basic information. Where are you from, and what's your name?
I'm from Houston, Texas. My name is Dustin Nguyen, and I'm a college student.
Okay, he's a college student. It must be hard to balance being a pro Apex player and studying. How do you manage that?
It was rough at first, and even now it's still really hard, especially when the college semesters go by. The classes only get harder, especially for your major. Um, Talking to other pros in the scene, not many of them do college, and it was a rough, like, mental thing I had to take. And there's many times where I felt like dropping one or the other, but overall, I just had to push through it, find a balance by lowering a few classes per semester, so I take a little bit of extra semesters at the end, and it's working out. I'm in my last year.
I'm glad to hear that, and I just want to make sure, because right now I'm hearing some feedback on the microphone. Sorry, guys, this is kind of our pilot. I want to make sure you guys are hearing me loud and clear, chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. Are you guys able to hear his voice? Are you hearing my voice okay? I want to make sure that we have a great night tonight and we have no issues. If we do have some speed bumps, it's only going to be right now at the beginning. I've been rehearsing for this for like a week, and I know I have. It's just OBS sometimes does act up with the settings. So chat, can we get a silver? All good? Okay, let's continue. So very inspirational, Bronzey. I got to say, being a college student and playing at a professional level, we're looking at tons of hours here. You're no different from LeBron James and Cristiano Ronaldo, all these pros putting in the hours and work into their game. So can I ask you, how much hours do you put in an average week in the life of Bronzey in Apex?
In Apex, okay, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there has been rough patches where, like, I don't put in enough hours, but overall, the amount of hours I'd like to put in is 6 to 8, and then figure out. And I like to cram all my schoolwork within 1 week. Actually, that covers 2 weeks minimum.
Right.
So I have 2 weeks to just do whatever I need to do, rather than focus on an assignment over an assignment over an assignment. I just do every assignment that I can within a couple days, and then I'm free for the rest.
Without a doubt, that does take some discipline, and I condemn you for sticking to your routine there. Are we talking 6, 8 hours of Apex in one day?
Yes.
Wow. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be a pro player, you got to put in those hours. And we'll be getting into some questions in the chat. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask a pro player, today is the day. I know we have some people that may be hard stuck diamond in the chat or hard stuck masters. And we're going to talk about the changes in Apex with Bronzey very shortly. But first, I want to go ahead and introduce the latest member of the Apex Pittsburgh Knights squad. Gilderson, check out this clip. Incredible video by Gilderson. I'm hoping that there's no audio issues there. Okay, if you guys see anything wrong with the stream, again, let us know. This is the pilot. This is the first night of Friday Nights Live, and it's such a pleasure to be here with Bronzey. So, Bronzey, let's talk about your competitive path. When did you start competing at a pro level in Apex Legends?
I started competing at a pro level in December of 2019. Before that, I competed, but it wasn't actual competition. If I'm honest, it was kill race. There were kill races, so kill races aren't really looked. Like, people don't really enjoy doing kill races. It's not competitive. It's super RNG and stuff like that.
Right.
And I did Twitch Rivals right before that, like a really big Twitch Rivals LAN, and we did really well with my teammate is Timmy and at the time Spirit. And then in December, I was signed to Golden Guardians, and that's when I started my competitive journey in Apex.
So I'm relatively new to the new Twitch scene, especially Apex. I have 1 month. I'm sure you've laughed at my clips that have been uploaded. I'm sure your clips are far superior than mine. You mentioned Timmy. What is your history with Timmy? I'm aware that he reached Predator within, I think, 52 hours, if I'm not mistaken, on his first time playing Apex. What's your history with Timmy?
Timmy was one of the first and friends that I've made in Apex, and the first streamer that just streams
Wow.
Apex. I was there since he had 5 to 10 viewers, and ever since then, I've always kept touch. When I grew and he didn't grow, I didn't treat him differently, and when he grew and I didn't grow as much as he didn't treat me differently.
That's amazing to hear. So I was always a little curious. I'm sure some viewers were asking me before the show, what's the history there? I know some people were asking me, hey, make sure to ask Bronzey this. And again, chat, if you want me to ask a question, fire away there. We'll take note of any questions when there's a commercial break. So ask any question. This is a night you get to personally ask a pro Apex player any question you'd like. Okay? We're going to go ahead and play a quick clip. Speaking of Gilderson, I hope I said that right, Gilderson, and his video. We're gonna watch, and I honestly can't believe this video that Bronzey presented to me just now. He's gonna have to break it down. Actually, how about we do that now? Can you break down what we're about to watch?
What you're about to see is Pride and I and our ex-teammate Mercy just coming back. We were down pretty bad in terms of points and just morale because we weren't performing well. We were getting contested within the tournament, and then we decided to do a last-minute switch up. We looked at who isn't performing in this tournament. Who can we land on to ensure that we get 3 kill points, get some loot and stuff like that. And we chose a team that most wouldn't dare to land on, but it was Sentinels, and we killed them off rip. And what you're about to see is the start that is basically a chain reaction of us getting kills after kills and loot after loot, just demolishing teams like Alpine, G2, Complexity, and Liquid. And this was like the turning point of our game, and this helped us get the placements that we needed and the points that we needed to make sure that we end out on near the top. And overall, it's a really good clip, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Let's watch it. Roll it. Ooh,
I'm burning him in the corner, burning him
here. We seem to have a technical issue. All right, I'm aware you guys cannot hear me right now. Let me go ahead and check what is going on. I'm gonna go ahead and put the clip. It should be playing the clip right now with audio. So I don't see it's detecting the audio, which is not a good sign. So let me go ahead and try and restart because this is just too good not to show to the audience. So let me see if this puts up the audio. Still not putting in the audio, unfortunately. This is not what I expected. But I'm going to go ahead and play the clip anyways. I'm just going to have to take it off like this. It was playing the clip earlier, but I'm not going to play it. So as we play it, Bronzey, I'm on 550 ongoing. Maybe you want to watch with us and kind of talk to us in your mindset. We'll make the most of this as we do it. Give me 1 second here. Put your audio. So go ahead and open up that. All right, perfect. And we're going to start at the 5:52 mark. Tell me when you're ready. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. When you're at the 5:52 mark, just let me know. Again, guys, sorry for the technical difficulty here. I'm not sure why it's not putting the audio. It should definitely be putting the audio just like any other window capture. I'm fully aware of how to use OBS, but it's just not putting it up for whatever reason. So please excuse this little delay. We're just waiting for Bronzey to get the 5:52 mark, and he's just gonna run us down. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, you ready? Okay, let's press click in 3, 2, 1, play it. Now go ahead and run us down of what we're looking at.
What you're looking at is we are in a tight situation here, and I popped out because we know there's two teams within the tunnel, the 3 men on the right, and we believe the 3 men on the left. We know that with my nades right there, that they kind of have to scramble. We're spam nading them. We had to get in a good position to make sure that they can't push forward and pinch us between liquid. So we got one thirst, and we decided to take port and hold them out.
Okay, and you take the Wraith Portal. And this is for all the marbles, I'm assuming. What was the prize for this tournament?
I believe this prize pool was 100K.
Wow.
And this is Liquid pushing on us, and Pride got an amazing angle here to make sure that Mercy doesn't get pushed while he's rezzing me. And overall, this was just well played. He just had the proper angles for this.
And I see you guys are going on a rampage. If you guys are not aware how Apex Legends works, if you look at the top right, those are kills, assist, and damage. And we're at the perspective of Bronzey. Bronzey, I see you play different characters. Do you main Wraith?
In pubs, I do. But for the competitive atmosphere, I prefer to flex as much as I can. I'm more of a support player, just based off my play style. And any character that my team needs me on and that I feel comfortable with, I'll let them know that if I can take on the role, and I'll do my best to play it.
Excellent. So now we're here with only 5 squads remaining. We see that at the top right. He is the kill leader as well. I don't know what your thought process is here, so I'd love to hear it. You're trying to nail. Looks like someone's running away there, and you have the I believe the gold version of the visor allows you to see red or thermal. Correct?
Yeah. So right here, we know there's one team under us because they just finished the fight and we killed the team up top, and we need to cut LOS off of SF, who is on match point. And how the game works is if you reach a 50-point threshold, and that is match point, and any team that hits 50 and wins after it takes home the first place. So you can rack up as many points as you want, but if you're not the first to win right after the 50-point threshold, you don't win.
Wait,
right
so
here,
you're telling me you have to get 50 points and you have to be champion?
Yeah, you had to be champion in order to take first place. Right here, we know SF is in match point. We know they're on the opposite side, and we had to make sure we work accordingly to make sure that they don't win. So we don't want to make the wrong mistakes, but we also want to win at the same time. So we don't want to just throw the entire game away to make sure they die and
Mm-hmm.
not win. We want to make sure we do the proper moves to win. So right here, we drop on complexity because we need loot and we need a better positioning. Complexity was really unaware about this, and luckily
You're
we came out on
shredding.
top.
You're completely cracked, Bronzey, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
So 3 squads remaining, which also means 2 squads, correct? There's only 2 squads, including yours. And I don't know how you balance like all this math, by the way. Like being like, there's so many teams. How many teams is it that drop 20? I believe
Yes.
20, and you got to keep count of like who's on match point and stuff like that. It must be pretty stressful to balance all that and fight, knowing that if you eliminate the wrong team and you die to the person on match point. And here, I'll let you take over. It looks like we're reaching the end. It's actually quite a large clip. Is it? Yep, we're reaching the end. I'm going to let you go ahead and cast that.
So if you saw before, Pride knocked one of G2/SF, which was designed, so we know their exact positioning, and Pride right here is just tearing them apart.
Oh my God.
And this is when we take over. This is when we continue the game for literally everybody. The game would have been over here if we did not end them, and we made the right play, and we ended it off strong with a 20-kill game and a win.
Wow, look at that win. At some points, I did get confused. I thought you were Wraith for a second because it said Bronzey on Bloodhound, and then it switched like that. Like I said, guys, I'm only a month into Apex, so you got to be a little patient with me. And with this, were you guys on match point on this one?
No, we weren't, but this put us near match point.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Let's get back to our cameras. We're going to go ahead and go back to the interview spots here. Okay. Again, guys, sorry for the technical difficulties. I have actually no clue why the audio wasn't playing there, but we actually got a lot more information and we did the best we could with our situation. So looking back at this VOD, I think you guys are going to enjoy more of his thought process, his actual like internal thoughts versus his adrenaline pumping in the match. If you guys want to watch that, I'm going to go ahead and link it right here in the chat. You guys can watch it at any time with the team comms. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat real quick. And that's going to be at the 523 mark?
Yes.
523. There's the video if you want to watch it on your own. And again, sorry for the audio issues there. Let's move on. Bronzey, I'm aware that you recently won some tournaments. To be exact, you got second place in the ESA last Wednesday, and you also got fourth place in the BFC yesterday. Let's talk about second place in the ESA Wednesday. Was that arenas or was that standard Apex tournament?
That was a standard BR format. We usually just only do standard BR formats. Arena tournaments do happen, but we don't compete in them often, and there's not many.
Okay, understood. And then for the other one, I believe it's called the BFC fourth place, was that arenas as well, or was that just a standard as well?
That was just a standard as well.
Okay, quick question. How does it work? Because when I play Apex, everyone just drops wherever they want. But when I was watching the ALGS North American Championship, it looks like that everyone has a dedicated spot where they land because I don't see people landing on top. Is that the format that you play usually, that you get your own spot?
Yes, it's more of like a mutual agreement to other teams. The reasoning is because in a tournament with a lot of prize and money, you don't want to just die off rip. You don't want to lose, money and placement. So landing on other teams who's been landing in the exact same spot over and over and over again, they know how to fight in that area. They know what to do. They know the loot paths and such and stuff like that. So with, like I said, when we landed on Sentinels, we've landed sorting before. We know how to land sorting, and on top of that, they weren't performing well, so we took that as an advantage to land on them, get the 3 KP, and continue our journey on that.
Okay, understood. So hypothetically, they could land on each other's spot if they wanted to.
Yeah, anyone can land wherever they want.
Okay. So that's very interesting. I didn't know. So it's like a mutual agreement. Interesting. Let's dig more into your pro scene. Then we're gonna play a little mini game. Then I'll give you the floor to talk about any maybe shout outs. I'm gonna play a couple sponsors. By the way, guys, if you don't know, Pittsburgh Knights is having a huge back to school sale. 20% off when you enter any, I believe it's a raffle contest. Check it out at Pittsburgh Knights, the website. I'm sure there's a command there. I got this backpack. I'm sure you got one, or you're gonna get one soon, Bronzy. But it's just like the perfect. I use it for gym, for soccer. I use it for my gaming laptop, and it really is. I haven't traveled with it yet, but when I go to the LAN, I'm sure it'll be very useful. Again, you can check out this bag. It's on sale currently on the Knights GG website, and it's an awesome bag. You can also get these little sticky. I'm not sure what they're called. They're like Velcro badges. They have a ton. They just released some more, and you can put it anywhere here on the bag to custom design your bags. I believe they have one in camo as well. Go check it out. It's totally worth it. Again, I have some more products here of the Pittsburgh Knights, as you can see in the background. The hat, the jacket, all there, all on discount. And I got to be honest with you guys, I've never seen such a sale, 20%. And again, if you are a fan of Bronzey, if you're a fan of mine, I think Silver even has their own code. You guys can use that code, help out the content creators or pros, because they do get a little bit of commission from that. So go check it out with the code Bronzey, code Lava, whatever, Pittsburgh Knights, influencer, content creator, or pro player, you name it, they have a code. Just go check it out. Now, let's get back to you, Bronzey. Your grind to be an Apex player. Do you have any other history in video games? Were you like some kind of pro Halo player or something, or you just off rip get on Apex, start smashing kids?
I've never been a professional in another game actually. I
So no Fortnite, none of
never
that.
I've never even played Fortnite. The
Wow.
only battle royale I played before was Blackout, which was Call of Duty Black Ops 4, 3, one of the two battle royale.
Hmm.
That's what sparked my whole battle royale interest. Even though the population was pretty low in there, um, I enjoyed it. And then the game before I played that was Destiny. Destiny 1 and 2, the PvP and the gunplay is very similar to how Apex is, and that's why when you combine two things that you kind of enjoy, you it turns out, just right for you. And I remember the first game of Apex I ever loaded up. It was a crazy 10 kill game, and I won, and that's when I felt like this is the game that I want to play. For competitive aspects and like what sparked the competitive interest was um, my friends and my first teammates who are now on Kungarna and Renegades, Vaxilon and Scurry. Um, they were my first teammates, and we all came from Destiny together, and we played a tournament just for fun. It was a big kill race tournament. A lot of good teams were in it, and we won. And when we won it, it was a really good feeling. That's when the entire like pathway, like we saw a pathway that we wanted to take, and that's where we all end up going.
Beautiful story to hear that, and I'm assuming you're still in touch with these people. I'm happy to hear that, guys. If you want to check out Bronzey, I put his Twitter in the chat. Please check him out, give him a follow. Great content. I personally love the stuff you upload on Instagram. I think you got to upload some more. I just love it when I see you pick all these different characters. But going back to subject here, Bronzy, you mentioned that you didn't have any formal history. So you mean to tell me you've never played Fortnite, you never played PUBG, or any battle royale?
Nope, nope. It's something that I wish I experienced, but at the same time, it wouldn't have made the person like made me, the person I am today. I did not play CS. I did not play H1, PUBG, Fortnite. Nothing. Not the prime time PC games that everyone praised to this day.
That is very. See, when I first saw your Twitter profile, and I'm like, this guy has to be a goated in every game or something. So that's actually very inspiring to hear. And speaking of inspiration, what are some players that have given you inspiration? Maybe they're not Apex players per se, maybe they are. Everyone looks up to someone when it comes to being a pro, right? Michael Jordan looked up to certain players. LeBron James looks up to certain players. Can you name some players that you look up to and why?
So in Apex, the first player I looked up to was actually How. Who would have thought?
TSM How, yeah.
How, TSM How. I watched him a lot, just watching how he played, his drive, the reason why he gets on every day, and uh, Pride and I were actually, or Asura and I were actually just talking about this the other day. Um, no matter how small or big the tournament is, he's putting all his efforts. It could be for no money, it could be for the biggest, like the largest amount. He's putting his A game, no matter what it is, and his comms and his mental will and everything, like his dedication is just there. Um, Other people who I looked up to, not necessarily competitive, but who changed my life in Apex. Um, Lulu Lovely helped me get to where I am today. She provided me with a lot of help whenever I was on SOAR, and she helped me branch out and play with new people every single day and looked out for me and stuff like that. Hotsick is another person. He was our Golden Guardians coach, and he gave really good advice I still think about to this day. And he was also a former Knights member, and it was still good to talk to him today.
That's great to hear. We'd love to hear that advice. I'm sure some of it's personal, so we'll keep it that way. And speaking of inspiration, you mentioned all these names that I do recognize. I want to ask you now the pathway of becoming pro. What is it that you exactly did? Did you watch your VODs? You just mentioned that you watch streamers. Obviously, you got to grind, right? Did you use Kovacs? Are you one of those Kovacs people that just grind that all morning and all night? What is your recipe to become a professional? Because everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own way of doing things. Some people just play tons of hours. So what's your recipe for becoming a pro player in summary?
The advice I would give people is to respect your connections, respect people. Doesn't matter how big or how small they are. Uh, Everybody can help. And I was actually signed to SOAR for Destiny. I was not signed to SOAR for Apex, and I used that opportunity to grind ranked under the SOAR name. So basically, I got signed. I said I'm quitting Destiny without telling them. Not the smartest move, by the way. Um, you want to be open, but I did it and it worked out. And I put SOAR in my name, and SOAR had a roster within Apex at the time. So when everyone sees this ranked warlord who's been playing ranked every single day for 12 hours a day on summer vacation because he has no school, they're like, who's SOAR Bronzey? I've never heard about this SOAR Bronzey. And over time, it just became a thing. And I ended up being like top 5 in season 2 of NA ranked. And so everyone in NA knew my name. And that's when people start reaching out to me to play and stuff. And that's how I actually found Timmy. And Timmy is the reason why we actually started competing at a serious level.
Wow.
Timmy, P Fitter, and I got an offer from Golden Guardians, and we've never competed in a serious tournament before. No scrims, no anything, and we decided to take the offer. And the first tournament we ever played in, which was the Texas qualifiers, we got 9th, and it was crazy because that was the tournament with the most teams ever, which is, I believe, around 640.
Wow. That is quite an accomplishment in your Hall of Fame there. And it sounds like you've been in the scene since season 0, I assume, of Apex.
Um, I was in the scene at season 0 to season 1 ish. I quit season 1 because I didn't have a name. I wasn't. I won that one tournament and nothing was really happening for me. I didn't know the right connections. I didn't know the right route to take to become a pro. So I went back to Destiny and enjoyed my time playing with friends and stuff like that. And then fast forward a few, Scurry Vaxilon or Scurry Pow Pow and I actually decided to play more Apex together, and we wanted to make it. We wanted to make it a thing. We just said, we miss winning that first tournament. Why did we stop there? Let's keep going. And
That is
we continue season 2.
that is inspirational. Like you left, came back, and you're able to look at where you are now. You're competing with some of the top teams. I was watching the championship, like you're side by side the people that you looked up to, right? You're playing against TSM How am I saying the right name?
Yeah.
You're playing against all these stacked pros like back to back. You guys are sharing the same building, the same the Twitch stream, everything. So it is inspiring to hear this. Now I gotta ask you, because people have been asking me, Bronzey, where did that name come from?
It was actually when I was like in middle school, I think. Call of Duty. My IRL friends were platinum, gold, and silver HD, and I was like, for the same friend group, I chose bronze HD. Moved to PC. My first PC game was Overwatch, and I didn't like the HD in my name, and I wanted my name to look like cute, so I added a Y
Cute, yeah.
after it. So
Okay.
I added
Okay, I would have never
bronze.
expected that. I thought people were. I'm not gonna say anything. People were saying like, "Oh, it's because he gets third a lot, third place." I was like,
I
"Really?"
do get third a lot. I do get third a lot.
Or you get third partied a lot. So people were telling me you get third partied a lot, so you called yourself Bronzey for the third. So I was always curious as well. I see some people are asking some questions in the chat, but before we go any further, I'm gonna take a quick 30-second break to show you guys our Rainbow Six team, the skins in Rainbow Six. We're gonna play this quick commercial and we'll be back with Bronzey. Here we go. Rainbow Six. That was our Rainbow Six skins. I'm sure we have some gameplay going around there, but today's focus is Bronzey. Guys, got to check out our Rainbow Six team. They do play early in the mornings in East. I think they're playing at like 5 in the morning East. But there's also VODs on the Knights GG YouTube channel. Check that out. Just type Pittsburgh Knights on YouTube. I'm sure it'll pop up. Let's get back to Bronzey here. Bronzey, quick question. We're going to ask you some funny questions now, some stuff that maybe doesn't deal with professional Apex. And we're going to start with the stuff in the chat. People wanted to ask, what is your favorite anime? I think you're muted, by the way.
Oopsies.
It's okay.
My favorite anime would be Haikyuu. It's like a volleyball anime. Pretty intense, pretty hype. Like gets you out of your seat. So makes you
Okay.
think about the word teamwork. It really does, and it's a really good anime.
You know, coming into this interview, when I asked you, what it takes to be a pro player, I know we're getting a little off topic here, but you're mentioning teamwork. And I thought from you, I'd hear like, you got to put hours into the game, you got to scrim every day, you got to do Kovacs every day. And you're still on this, teamwork and keep your connections, the relationships, right? Relationships not only outside of the game, but within the game. So that really says a lot about you, Bronzy. And I got to say, I really do respect you a lot more hearing that. I don't hear that often. And I just wish you the best when it comes to your career. Let's keep going. We wanted to ask you, what's your favorite Netflix show? Or do you even watch Netflix?
I do not watch Netflix.
Yeah, me either. I don't watch Netflix. But when I did, I watched Breaking Bad. Is there one show maybe that you really liked?
The most television I've watched is Law and Order.
Law and Order. Okay, okay, perfect. And listen, you game all day. I know a lot of people use Uber Eats. What are you ordering if you're using Uber Eats or you're getting Grubhub or you're gonna pick up something? What are you eating with your friends? What's your favorite food to game?
Uh, I do not use any food apps. To me, I just
Me either.
don't. I don't feel the need to. What do I usually eat? I usually just eat whatever is at home. My mom cooks really good Vietnamese food, so that's what I eat. I usually the like late night goblin who comes in the fridge and eats the leftovers. Yeah. Fast food wise, my favorite fast food would be Popeyes probably. So
Popeyes, classic.
yeah, yeah, that's
Awesome,
it.
awesome. Thanks for sharing. Let's get into music. I'm sure sometimes you just solo queue, you blast up that music off stream. I'm not sure. I know sometimes some pro players do that, some streamers do that. What are you listening to when you're either playing games or offline? Can you tell us a little bit, like EDM, rap, or
I listen to a variety of music, but the music I listen to the most is probably like a lot of like, it's honestly pretty sad. It's like sad boy type vibe music.
like Juice World, or
No, 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 no. Like Eden and stuff like that. It's just a, a lot of indie songs as well. I'm not really too big into rap or EDM, but I do listen to it sometimes. It is pretty relaxing sometimes, but overall, I am very to myself. in that aspect, and I like to listen to music that I can reflect my life upon.
Okay, great. That's that. Not man, you're just blowing my expectations today. Someone asked here in the chat, what's your favorite pasta dish? Is it red sauce, garlic sauce? Do we eat
Uh,
pasta, ramen,
pesto.
pesto? Classic.
I mean, I do like ramen, but when I think of pasta, I think of more like Italian and stuff like that. So pesto.
Well, let's get back into the Apex. We're gonna get a little back to the Apex. Before we do, I'm just gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on some changes on the game? I'm sure you heard about the recent updates, the L Star, the tap strafing, the Rampart changes, the Heirloom. After that, we'll probably wrap things up with a game, and then you'll have the floor. So we'll probably have 10, 15 minutes max, guys, and we're gonna wrap things up. I'm gonna play a quick commercial for you guys. Again, this is the backpack. I know I talked about it before. I know you guys don't want to hear me talk about it, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a quick clip right here.
And map was better back then, allow us to compete on the older version then. Exists stuff like that.
Excellent, great. I see we had another audio issue. I went ahead and flicked it on, but we're just talking about tap strafing. He understands why people want to remove it. Just summarizing what he said. Would he like to see it stay? Yes. And then we talked about things that he would like to change. He'd like to see more maps, and for Respawn to hear the opinion of competitive players. I hope I summarized that correctly. Let's keep going here. We'll ask one more question. We'll play a game, and then I'll give you the floor to talk to your audience real quick. Maybe a little message that we can clip, put it on Twitter. Let's do this. So we're going to play a quick game. It's going to require you to open up the stream, of course. So let's do this. We're going to do trivia, okay? And this trivia, to be honest, I think if you get 4 in a row, 3 in a row, we're probably just going to stop. There's like 8 of them, and I don't think I played the game for a month. I think you're going to get them all. But let's just humor the audience. Let's see if the chat can actually guess before you do, maybe. So I'm going to go ahead and play the first one. Okay, and I gotta make sure that the audio is good. It is. Hopefully you can hear it.
Wingman.
Wingman, very good. It is the wingman. That is 1 so far. If you can get 3 in a row, we'll just leave it as that. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over to another one. I'm gonna try to make it a little. It's just hard not to make it obvious because I feel like you're just gonna get them all. Honestly, you played the game for so long. I think it'd be a little bit impossible for you not to. So let's go ahead for the next one.
RE45.
Yes, that is the RE45. That is correct. And now you're 2 correct. 1 more. We'll just go ahead and move on because I don't think there's any point in doing anything. I'm trying my best to make it as least obvious as possible. Let's go with this one. Here we go.
Mozambique.
Mozambique is correct. And I've heard this is like a huge meme, the Mozambique. And some people are saying it's stronger than the PK, the Peacekeeper. What are your thoughts on that?
I do believe the Peacekeeper is the weakest shotgun.
Really?
Out of the top 3, as in
Out of the top, okay.
Eva, Mastiff, and PK. I do think the Mozambique is a good weapon. I wouldn't say it's better than the PK, but overall, all 3 shotguns are still really, really good. But Eva just takes over, and the Mastiff and the PK are like these 2 weapons that they either hit a lot or you're just not getting anything with it. So
you make the wingman look easy, by the way. And then when I go out and play with the wingman, I can't do what you do. So I'm gonna try tonight, hopefully. We're gonna leave it with this. There's another question I see someone wants to ask you, and we'll leave it at this as the last question for tonight. What Apex character has the best drip to you, the best skin? Which is it?
I would say Valkyrie or Wraith. Probably Valk. Valk is a new character, and she has some pretty sick designs. If you watch anime or anything, she has a lot of Gangnam-based designs, and it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Now, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Bronzey, I'm going to go ahead and play when we're done with you. As soon as I'm done and I roll these commercials, you're free to go. Thank you for giving me so much of your valuable time. I know you're a very busy student and grinding out there Apex. Guys, again, check out Bronzey on his Twitter. It's in the chat. I believe he has some tournaments coming up. You have some tournaments coming up?
Yes, next Wednesday and next Thursday.
If you guys want to see that, again, I'm sure he'll tweet it out. Obviously, Pittsburgh Knights will be tweeting it out. Bronzey, the floor is yours. Feel free to give any shout-outs, any thank you to family, friends. Go for it.
As always, thank you to my viewers. Thank you to my family for allowing me to take this opportunity and make it the way I want to make it. Thank you to Asura, who's actually I've known since the beginning of Apex, but we didn't really get along until really recently. We weren't that close, and it was pretty sick to have him as a teammate now. My first teammates, Vaxilon, Pow Pow, Scurry, they changed my life, and of course Timmy, and my brother, who looks up to me and who wants to become a professional gamer as well, and my friend Judith, who taught me everything.
That's a very sincere of you, Bronzey. I know you're busy. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to go ahead and take over from here. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I wish you the best of luck. I'll be watching you from the sidelines.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick clip for you guys. For those of you that didn't get to see, this is the Knights update.
What's up, Knights Nation? I'm the Bay Shan with the Pittsburgh Knights, here with your Knights update. Last week with the Knights, we had 2 major things happen. One of those was a Gears Summer Major. The boys played their hearts out. They beat both Team Queso and Rebel before losing to Team Vanquish and getting sent to the losers bracket. There, they beat both E United and Rise Nation before ultimately falling to Fire and Ice in the semifinals.
The meat shield that help F and I. Oh, they get it done and they win the round and they go back to the grand.
In other news, the Knights just finished up their Get Schooled Valorant tournament, which included teams like Ghost Gaming, Renegades, Knights, and Complexity. But the team we want to talk about the most is the Squirtle Squad. They managed to defeat Complexity in the finals to take first place in the nice prize of $3,000.
The side, get Posse Father sees the gun, hailed Saw with a huge pick and gets a 3K! As looking to be the winners of the nights, there's the Rez. As 4v1, it is all up to AGM, but he can do no more. Squirtle Squad are your winners for the Knights Get Schooled.
This last week, the Knights had some updates to two different rosters. Our Apex Legends roster is currently Bronzey, Azor, with the new addition of Gilderson. Our Halo team roster is currently Atso, Drift, Tapping Buttons, with Gambino being a new addition. With this move, the Knights part ways with Palo and wish him the best of luck in the future. Our final news for this week's update is to make sure to check out the back to school sale going on for fall. Up to 20% off select items. And you can find all the beautiful merch, including what I'm wearing right now, at store.knights.gg. I'm the Bay Saiyan, and always big shout out to Knights main sponsors, Zinni, Boost Gaming, PNC, Sheets, and HyperX. See you next week, Knights Nation.
Women make up nearly 50% of all gamers, yet only a small percentage of women play esports professionally. It's time we figure out how to change that. The Knights want to empower women to build their esports empire. Along with our partner PNC Bank, we are adamant about creating a more equitable future for gamers. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, so we'll be tackling the issue from all angles, featuring insights from a variety of subject matter experts and professionals. I'm Kat DeShields Moon with the Knights. Welcome to the Women in Esports podcast.
Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming out to the Friday Nights Live. We're very sorry for any technical difficulties. It is our project. It is our pilot night. So again, thank you so much. If you guys mention who is your favorite PK member, I'll be giving away some subscriptions here at the Pittsburgh Knights Twitch channel. Be sure to follow if you enjoy this content. We'll be showing more such as Valorant, CSGO, Halo, Gears, you name it, Rocket League. The list goes on and on. PUBG, Rainbow Six. Thank you so much for your time. Again, check out the summer sale that's going on. 20% off when you enter the raffle, the contest. I've never seen a discount, and I believe it does stack with any creator code. So if you're a fan of Bronzey, go ahead and use that code Bronzey. I'm sure Azura has one. You name it. If they're a member, they have a code. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Again, this is PK Lava with the Knights Nation signing out. Have a wonderful Friday night.